Hello. Welcome. 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 How are you guys? ¿Cómo están todos? Hello. Hello, Diego Mos. Congrats on getting first. Welcome. Bienvenido, Diego Mos. Fuiste el primero. Muy bien. At least on YouTube. Neil Steele's there. Congratulations on getting first on Twitch. Hooray. Welcome. How are you, Neil? Good to see you. Hi, Sorrows. Lol. Did you guys... For those of you that were here at the beginning, like the first, 10 seconds of the stream, did you guys see I had the wrong title card? I had the wrong one. I think I had Quet saying until next time. And I was like, wait, why is he there? So that was silly. If you guys were here for like the first 15 seconds or 10 seconds of the stream, you guys might have seen that. Hello, hi Martín, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Hola Baki, hola John. Hi Percy, hello, welcome, how are you? Hello, hello. Hi Zeki. It seems that we bought it a couple months ago, coming back today. Are you talking about my brother? Did you guys... Did you guys know I have a twin brother? ¿Sabían que tengo un gemelo, chat? I have a twin brother. Remember that Chaya's brother, Ton, belongs to us. No, my brother isn't Ton. My brother is M31. Mesoamerica is such an underrated niche. I'm glad we got a VTuber who cares about history too. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, I love Mesoamerican history. Every time we have to, well, not have to, I do this for fun, but every time I have the opportunity to do a lesson stream, I end up learning so much as well. And then it ends up kicking off a hyperfixation. Last time with the Mesoamerican time periods video, when I researched for that video, I learned about jaguar claw, and then I got obsessed with jaguar claw, and now with this new video, I'm kind of obsessing over just Teotihuacan in general. So you guys are just feeding into my hyperfixations. Let's see, along with Arido América. Oh. Estamos por saber de una civilización misteriosa. Sí, espero que les guste, chat. Hi, Luak, ¿cómo estás? How are you? After watching Ancient America's Olmec video, I'm psyched to watch this one next. Yay! Oh my gosh, I did see that they posted a new video today, and I was like, I need to watch this, but I also need to, finish preparing my stuff. I'm gonna have to watch it after stream. Because, oh my gosh. Yeah, I always tell myself, oh yeah, we're gonna finish this a week in advance. But there's always more information that's coming in, and I'm always like, oh, this could be so much better. Oh, I can fix this section. Maybe we can add this little part as well. And then here I am, the day of, being like, oh crap, we're not done yet. We have to finish it now. Yo, hi Rijita, and also Cochino Serina. Hola, ¿cómo están? Hi, falso imposter. Hola, saludos desde Chihuahua. Hola, bienvenido, ¿cómo estás? Hi, Atrimodem, bienvenido. Hello, how are you? Hola, mi amiga. Hola. Emperor Quacky, welcome. Hi, Martin again. Hello, I just watched your Aztec video. So informative. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Wait, which one? The one about the Triple Alliance? That one? I have given that lesson, how many times? 4 times. The first time I did it, it was, over a year ago, before I even looked like this. And so I did the lesson, but I remember after that lesson, I think that was the first lesson I ever did on stream. I was like, there were things that I could have done better. And then I did it again around last year September, and I think it came out really good. But then this latest one, the one that I posted on YouTube, I'm like, yes, chef's kiss. I feel very good about that one. Hello amiga. Hello custom reports. Hello. Hello, Rex. Hola. Nitse. It happens, Chai. Got you caught it early, though. I know that would have been so like off-putting for everyone. It's like, wait, did I miss the stream? Oh shoot! Oh no, I missed the stream. I legit thought I missed the live when I saw it. No, that's so funny. By the way, hello, ID Juanji. Welcome. No, tu hermano ahora nos pertenece. Sí, ya sé que se los vendí. Pero ¿lo están cuidando bien? Yeah, I have a twin brother, chat. Maybe I could like bring him in a little bit. I know he belongs to you, but like this is my brother. Hola, hermano, ¿cómo estás, mi hermano? Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Aquí estoy. Yo me llamo M31. ¿Cómo están, mi gente? Hi, hola, hermanito, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Good to see you. How has life been with chat? Are they treating you well? Bueno, es que no me dan mucho de comer. I don't really get as much food compared to when I was living with you, Chaya. But I understand because chat are just a bunch of little humans and you're a black hole, so you understand the kind of appetites that we black holes have. Yeah, I know, but I'm kind of glad that chat took you because you were eating all my food, all my stars, and I was getting really upset about that, especially when you drank my Galaxy Cat Boba. I was so annoyed about that. I'll never forgive you. Oh, well, I brought you some, actually, as a way to atone. You did? Oh my gosh, thank you for the tunas. Thank you for the tuna shower. Yippee. Tuna shower. Okay, that got me in a good... Ow! That got me in a good mood, hermanito. So, alright. Where is my Galaxy Cat Boba? Did you throw it away? Oh, I have it around here somewhere. I'm gonna go look for it. Okay, hermanito, vete a buscar mi boba. Yeah, I don't believe him. I don't believe it. Let's not forget about Arido, America, Chaya, the Aztec northern neighbors. Arido, America. Oh man. Oh wait, we'll get to them eventually. There's so many topics I have. I have a list, chat. I have a list on Notion. That's where I keep track of all of my videos, and I have a giant list of topics because when I posted the both videos, actually, the Meso time periods and the what's it called, the Triple Alliance one, people were like, oh, can you do this topic, and I'm like, okay, I'll write it down. So I have a giant list. An Owlman. I love Owlman. We're gonna learn about Owlman today, Señor Spear Thrower Owl. I love your videos. Thank you, Illustrator Reviewer. How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Hi, Ghost Walker. Welcome. Teotihuacan. Someday you will host real professor here. You know, I'd actually love to do that. I'd love to speak to like either researchers or content creators in this space. Like I know a lot of artists that love doing beautiful pre-Hispanic themed art, so I'd love to just talk to them on stream, even if they're not a VTuber. I think it's just nice to hear people's story, and I feel like everyone's story is different of like how they got into Mesoamerican history. For me, my story is kind of silly. I got into Mesoamerican history because I was really down bad for a character from a gacha game. Like I saw this beautiful Mayan man in an anime game, and I thought, wow, he's so beautiful. I fell in love, and then as I started to investigate more, then I'm like, oh, whoa, actually, this is kind of cool because this is my history, and then that's how we are here now. It's already a super cool idea, the floating city. I forgot, I wanted to ask you extra Teotihuacan images for this. Do you want me to quickly shoot some over on Discord? It'll only take like 2 to 3 minutes. Oh yeah, go for it. If I can't fit them in the presentation last minute, we'll show them at the end. For comparison, the Teotihuacanos were contemporaneous with the Romans. Side note, my username can be hard to pronounce, so you could call me Kochi. Kochi for short. Cochino y Serena. Okay, I'll call you Cochi. King of the Beatles, hi, how are you? Yeah, that one. Hola, Oli. Hi, I'm Filipino. I'm always been fascinated by Mesoamerican civilizations, and it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to have you here as well. Are you an educator by trade? I'm not an educator by trade. You know what I am by trade? I am a certified degenerate otaku. I'm just kidding. I'm actually for my profession, I am a an illustrator. I am a multimedia artist, so I make animation and art and design. So that is my wheelhouse. I also have a minor in husbando studies. Yeah, in husbando studies, I know all everything that takes to make beautiful anime men. Hello, Chaya. Hi, chat. Hello, Breeze, Moon River. How are you? Hi, R. Valdo. Hello, Lomao. Isn't he quite the charmer? My brother? Yeah, he is. I love hearing about the natives and how they lived before they were conquered. Oh my gosh, they were living the life. We're gonna look at Teotihuacan in a bit. They were living the life. Like, I want to go back to their time and be like, hey, can I live here, please? they were living better than I was. That I am right now. Bonkai Lamau. This content is so awesome. I'm happy it is this. Thank you for doing your thing. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for enjoying the content. Lovero Chili, how are you? Welcome. Hello, Melanie. Melanie, welcome. Sadly, I know nothing of Arido America, but it's geographical version rather than a cultural one like Mesoamerica, right? I can't say because I haven't delved. Is it delved or doved? Not doved. I haven't delved too deep into Arido America. My main focus is Mesoamerica. By the way, welcome, Rihita Rose. Yee, that is grass. Yes, this would be so awesome. Hearing different perspectives and stories is everything. LOL, the down bad origin story is so real, too real. Yeah. Like, sometimes I'm scared of scaring people because like I feel like my YouTube videos are very like, well, not super professional, but I feel like people might expect me to be a professional person. But really, I'm just a weeb. I'm just an anime girl. Basically, yeah, it's where the deserts and arid living cultures are. Hopefully that anime game is better than Genshin Impact. Their Mesoamerican representation is kind of iffy. I wouldn't say the game. I'm talking about Fate Grand Order. I wouldn't say their representation is that great. Like, let me show you Tezcatlipoca, for example. In Fate Grand Order, it's not good. It's not good, chat. This is Tezcatlipoca in Fate Grand Order. So it's not great. What did they do to you, son? What have they done to you? My Tezcatlipoca cannot be this man right here. So the character that I got down bad for though, he was the exception. He was like, wow, this is true peak. This is a true gem. Let me see if I can find him somewhere around here. Kama. His name is Kamazatz. Kama Soso. Do I have him? I think I deleted him off my OBS. So I'm gonna look for him around here. Kamazatz. Yeah, I was kind of still am very down bad for Kamazatz. Okay, here he is. Oh, look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Look at this man. Oh. When I saw him, all my dreams came true. I could not believe my eyes that such a character could exist in my lifetime. Because I feel like a lot of times these anime games, they kind of play it safe with the guys. And they make the characters kind of basic looking. It's one of the reasons I don't like a lot of female oriented games with handsome men, because they all look the same to me. But when I saw this character, I was like, whoa, he actually looks interesting. Like, I actually want to know more about this character and his, like, he kind of looking like a freak, and I like them freaky like that. Flashbang. Delve, thank you. Yeah, so I saw him and I'm like, oh, he's a freak like me. Hello. Nice to meet you. Can I get your phone number, please? So I was really obsessed. I was really obsessed with him, and I wanted to make a fic about him. And then I'm like, oh shoot, like I don't know anything about the Mayans. So I started looking up about the Mayans, and then I'm like, oh no, this is actually really cool. And then now we're here. Well, he is hot, right? He is. That's so bad. You're talking about this Katlipa. Yeah. They did him pretty dirty. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, I kind of see where the confusion would happen with Quetzalcoatl, because they're like, oh yeah, Quetzalcoatl was white, which he wasn't. But when you look at Tezcatlipoca, it's like he's supposed to be colored black. That's the whole point of his design. Like, everywhere you see Tezcatlipoca, he's painted black. So I don't know what they were thinking, chat. Like, he's supposed to represent the night sky, and darkness. So I don't know why they made him white. He looks dehydrated and starving. Is the headgear historically accurate? No. Not historically accurate, both for like common fashion, like fashion in during those times. Neither is it accurate for the god Tezcatlipoca himself. Usually with the Mesoamerican gods, they have iconic themes associated with them. So usually you could look at a god, even if it's a representation, different representations across different sources. Just by looking at them, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's like Quetzalcoatl. Oh, that's Tezcatlipoca. Because they usually have like the same symbols. So here with Tezcatlipoca, this Tezcatlipoca, there is nothing. Like, if they hadn't told me that this is Tezcatlipoca, I would never have known that this is Tezcatlipoca. I would look at this character and be like, who is that? who is that? Also, I just realized, I think they put the Teotihuacan temple behind them. Which, as far as I have researched, Tezcatlipoca wasn't really a Teotihuacano god. Not really. So, I don't know, man. They dropped the ball there. No, it's not accurate at all. That's such a noble and legendary way to get into history. Yes, I had a similar experience though. Writing a story incorporating mythology and spirituality from African cultures took me on a wild cultural and spiritual journey. Stories are gateways. Also, beautiful fictional characters are too. That's why, for me, I know there's a lot of criticism towards different creators. Are like, whoa, why did you make them so like this inaccurate and stuff? But like, I feel like even bad representation like this is okay, just because a lot of people got into Mesoamerican history because of this character. Because even though in the game, yeah, his design isn't great, but story-wise, I gotta say, they wrote him really well, chat. I was surprised. I was really surprised. I think out of all the Tezcatlipoca representations, like even Onyx Equinox Tezcatlipoca, I don't feel was written as well compared to the Fate Tezcatlipoca. So that's one thing that they excelled at, the writing. The actual design, I'm sorry, Tez, like you're gonna have to go in the trash. Yeah, in the game they portrayed him as like a chaotic good, which I think it's a lot more accurate to the kind of god Tezcatlipoca is. Like, he isn't an evil god. And like later on after colonization, they tried to portray him as like the devil, but he's not. He's just a representation of the chaos of the world and how unpredictable the universe is. And that doesn't necessarily mean that the universe is evil. It just means that it's unpredictable. And you could be the best, most devout person in the world and you could still get screwed over by the universe because the universe is like that. And that's how Tezcatlipoca is. He's a manifestation of that randomness, the chaos of the universe. That doesn't necessarily mean it's evil. It's just a natural process of the kind of reality that we live in. And it's also what fosters change throughout time. Is he like a trickster god? Trickster, when people say trickster, I am like, it kind of insinuates that there's intent. Like there's a intent to be mischievous and screw people over. Whereas Tezcatlipoca, it's not really driven by intent. It's just how the world is. It's just how the universe, it's like, it doesn't mean to give you a bad day. The universe just is like that. Sometimes you will have bad days. And that's okay. I read from somewhere that these headgear are modern inventions. Oh yeah, people did mention this about Tezcatlipoca's design in Fate Grand Order, is that it was inspired by, I think they're called concheros, right? Are they called concheros? Which are modern, like it's like a modernized, modern kind of fragment of Aztec culture, but not really, because like the attire, the headdresses, everything, it's not accurate much. And I think that's what the artist based it off of, not actual historical depictions that you see in the codices. Grand Berserker himself. I did not draw him. I did not draw this man. Nope, that was not me. I agree with your point. It's totally true. Even imperfect representation is better than none, as long as it isn't in bad faith and harmful representation. Oh yes, that is a good, yes. That's a good way to put it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is storytelling and fiction after all. Creative liberties can be taken. Exactly, as long as it is not in bad faith. In the case of this Tezcatlipoca, it wasn't in bad faith. As I told you guys, he was very well written, and you guys would be surprised. He's like one of the most popular characters in the game. Like they even gave him a summer outfit, and people were so down bad for him. Like, wait, let's see. Tezcatlipoca FGO. And honestly, I saw it and I was like, damn, like he really do be looking nice though. He be looking so good. Okay, let's see. Let me show you guys. Yeah, he's one of the cash cows in the game. People really like him, and I saw a lot of international players get interested in Mesoamerican culture because of Tezcatlipoca in the game. So even though he's not accurate at all in terms of design, like this was a gateway for a lot of people to get interested in the culture, and I think that's beautiful. But yeah, doesn't he look hot? Like, whoa, Tez. Oh my goodness. We love Tez in this Chaldea. Yeah, he's great. I do like him. Aside from his design, I do like him. I have him at level 100 in my game, which means that I like him a lot. When you bring a character to level 100, you invest extra resources on them. Flashbang. So when a character is level 100, that's usually a sign of like, yeah, I really like this character. Ese es Tezcatlipoca. Sí, sí, así se ve en el juego Fate Grand Order. Y como les estuve explicando, aunque su diseño no está tan como bueno, no está tan alineado con la historia, muchos de los jugadores de Fate's Grand Order les gustó el personaje de Tezcatlipoca y hasta se interesaron en la cultura mesoamericana por esa razón. Yeah, like there's a lot of Japanese players that were making they were just studying about Mesoamerican history, and they would even draw Tezcatlipoca in like accurate clothing. So I think that's really cool. Hola, ya vi, soy Frankelda. Muy bien. Hola, José Julián, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Hi, Matt Matikan. I think a lot of people early on try to make a direct comparison to Christianity, which can cause those assumptions. Oh, yeah, definitely. Hi, Tarkus. What about Cuckoo and Tenochtitlan's designs? Cuckoo isn't accurate at all. I don't even consider Cuckoo as Kukulkan. She's more of an OC from the creator. Tenochtitlan, I actually think she was an interesting take on this concept. Let's see, Tenochtitlan, FGO. Even though, once again, she's not, like, accurate, you know? But I do see the influence. I do see the little pieces of research that they did. One in particular is the whip. So that's actually a representation of the Xiucoat. I see at the end they kind of did... It's like a mix of a sun ray. I think they were trying to go for the Shiwit symbol, which is like a symbol for it's turquoise. It also can stand for like years and fire. So there is a FGO Tenochtitlan. I see a little bit of inspiration for Tlaloc on the little goggles on top. And then I think that's pretty much it on the design itself. I think the red hands are supposed to represent how Huitzilopochtli was like asked for a lot of sacrifices. So I think that's what the red hands stand for. But yeah, so this is Tenochtitlan, and she's like a mix of Huitzilopochtli and Tlaloc. And I think I see more of the historical, not accuracy, but more inspiration in the lore. And in her robot form, yes, she has a robot form. Basically, she has a robot that kind of looks like Tenochtitlan if it was a giant mech. And then, like, her two shoulder pads, one is like the temple of Huitzilopochtli, the other one is a temple of Tlaloc. So I think that's pretty cool. And once again, a lot of people love her, dude. They love Tenochtitlan. She's a pretty popular waifu in the game. And I've actually seen Japanese people be like, man, I want to go to Mexico so I could visit Tenochtitlan. So it's just interesting how people got interested in the culture. It's because of waifus and husbandos. He looks like he's holding a paint gun. He got the Gilgamesh treatment, just returned from a crash course at Tezcatlipoca, Fuming Mirror, the omni-powerful god of the Nahuas, the god who sows discord, chaos, and war, a combination of Chaos, Ares, and Loki, enemy of Quetzalcoatl. You know, the whole thing about him being an enemy of Quetzalcoatl is also kind of something that was skewed later on after the conquest. He isn't really Quetzalcoatl's enemy. They kind of just bicker a bit. Nitse, give me my Sently. Hi, ¿cómo estás, Erisoret Sintli? Hello, welcome. Aside, really, Teotihuacan was like Rome? Remind me of Mad Max, what came after. Was Teotihuacan like Rome? We'll see. We'll see the differences. There's actually a lot of differences. But I think the only reason why people compare Teotihuacan with Rome is because they existed at the same time and they were equally as influential in their area and their time. Piali, hi Citrus Blast, how are you? Based. Ese Japón es un loquillo convirtiendo a los dioses de chicas anime. Sí, yo también estoy media loca, cha. You know, I'm also kind of cuckoo crazy. Like I yearn to turn all of the Aztec gods into beautiful anime men that people can simp for. Hoy, hi Revo, how are you? Welcome. I remember hearing that Teotihuacan is somewhat unexplored. Todavía faltan cuartos dentro de las pirámides a explorar. Oh yeah, it's still, there's still a lot of mysteries to uncover about Teotihuacan. Both were the capital of great empires, which is why they get compared a lot. Yeah, no, here's the interesting part though. Was Teotihuacan an empire? We're gonna find out. I keep teasing the lesson, chat. Are you guys ready to go into the lesson? Because this one's actually kind of long. ¿Están listos? ¿Están listos, chat, para entrar a la lección? Porque esta sí está un poco larga. Se nota que estás loca. Sí soy loca, chat. I'm crazy. I just really like pretty fictional men. Es que a mí me gustan los hombres, esos chicos japoneses, chat. Like, miren qué lindos. Este es mi diseño de garra de jaguar. This is my design of jaguar claw. Look how cute he looks. I want to poke his cheeks. I want to pull his cheeks, actually. Pinch his cheeks, that's the word. I want to pinch his cheeks and pat his head and see him annoyed. ¿Estamos listos? I heard that more or less. That's a good soft power strategy. Let's bring the husbando waifu propaganda. Oh, it is here. It is here. ¿Estamos listos? ¿Están listos? ¿Estoy listo? I am ready to get my learning cap on. Please fire away, Miss Chaya. Yeah, there will be a quiz at the end. Okay? Va a haber examen al final. So you guys better pay attention. There's gonna be which cheeks. That's up for you to decide. That's up for you to decide. Which cheeks could they be? I don't know. Okay, chat, I'll be right back. I'm gonna set up the lesson and we'll come back after like 2-3 minutes. Okay, so if you guys want to stretch and get some water or some snacks or a notebook, if you guys want to write down some notes, then now is the time, okay? Nos vemos en un momentito, chat, okay? Okay, chat. Estamos de regreso. Chat, we have returned. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Welcome back. Oh my goodness. It's time. I don't know why. I was a little nervous about today. But I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. Empieza la magia. Sí! Are you guys back? Are you guys back from the ads? Ya regresaron, chat? Do you guys have your notebooks ready? Do you guys have your pens, your notepad, your sticky notes? Doing fine? Yay! Yay! I'm glad you guys are back. This is so exciting. Yay! What about Twitch? Twitch, ya regresaron? Are you guys back from the ads? Tengo mi corn ready? Okay, good. Good, good. That's the perfect snack for today. We are doing fantastic. Yay! I actually do like to write notes. This is exciting! Hooray! You know, if you guys write notes, I'd actually like to see them. I love seeing people's notes. And if you haven't joined the Discord, make sure to join it and you can share your notes there. Vamos, vamos! Corn time, yes. Okay, vamos a iniciar, chat. We're gonna begin. Ahora sí se viene lo chido. Sí, you're a black hole. Tú absorbes todo, miedo y conocimientos. Eres poderosa sin miedo. Gracias. Gracias. Pickleballs. Amazing. Okay, let us begin, chat. Welcome everyone to the stream. Today we will learn about one of the greatest cities to have existed in Mesoamerica, Teotihuacan, where one becomes a god. Today we will explore the city's chronology from its rise to its fall, and the great legacy that endured for centuries after the city's demise. So without further ado, let's get started. I love this picture so much. I love this. This is so beautiful. Okay, so starting from the beginning, how did Teotihuacan form? Man, I'm gonna be switching between Teotihuacan and Teotihuacan chat. I can't make up my mind which one is better. Okay, how did Teotihuacan form? The story of Teotihuacan begins during the pre-classic period in the fertile basin of Mexico. However, the exact timeline of its early history is still under debate by scholars. What is clear is that Teotihuacan found itself at the right place at the right time. The basin of Mexico. Wait, chat. Oh no. Esperen, esperen, un momentito por favor. Aquí tengo las notas equivocadas. No. No. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait. Chat, disculpen. No sé qué pasó. Es que creo que le cambié las notas aquí. Oh no. But in the meantime, check out this map. Here we see Teotihuacan. I lost my pencil, darn lol. Here we see Teotihuacan in the fertile basin of Mexico. We see that it's very close to Tenochtitlan, which at that time did not exist, by the way. Did not exist. Just clearing some things up. Tenochtitlan did not exist yet. Cholula also did not exist yet. Neither did Tula. I don't know too much about Cantona or Chalcatzingo. But what I do know is that Teotihuacan, Huicuilco, and Monte Alban existed around the same time. Okay? So ignore everyone else. Ignore everyone else. Mal. Wait, I have my own PowerPoint. Yay, el scuff siempre ataca. Sí, no, eso nunca había pasado, chat. No sé qué me pasó. No sé qué me pasó porque aquí se me cambió la nota. Las notas. Pero bueno. Ok, ya lo tengo. Lo bueno es que lo tengo guardado en otro lugar. The good thing is that I have multiple copies of my notes. So if I lose them somewhere, I know where to get them. Okay. So, Some argue that Teotihuacan was already emerging as a major center during the late pre-classic, while others suggest it began as a far more modest settlement that gradually expanded over time. What is clear is that Teotihuacan found itself at the right place at the right time. The basin of Mexico offered fertile land, reliable water sources, and ideal conditions for agriculture. This provided the resources needed to support a population that would soon grow exponentially. Yeah, chat. Exponentially. Chaya, what happened? B2B fans though to expect Scuff, it's fine, charming even. Chaya, las notas de Mad Max no son la historia de México, que yo sepa. Okay, next slide. Now, how did Teotihuacan grow so rapidly? The simple answer is volcanic eruptions. Fireball! Yeah, fireball! I actually got this screenshot from Fake Grand Order chat. Yeah, look at all those volcanoes. Boom! The famous Popocatépetl erupted in the 1st century, displacing thousands of people in the region. The eruption of Xitle followed soon after. Xitle's eruption was especially catastrophic due to how it destroyed the city of Cuicuilco. And look, this is a picture of Xitle. Do you guys see how big that crater is, chat? Or what is it called? Is it called a caldera? That's crazy. I don't think it has erupted since then. Allá por mi rancho. Wait, ten cuidado. Ten cuidado con ese volcán de Xitle. Yeah, that's crazy. No. It gets even crazier. You see, Cuicuilco was no ordinary city. During the pre-classic period, Cuicuilco was one of the most important centers in central Mexico. It was among the first cities in the region to construct monumental architecture and was a major political and religious power. But after Xitle's eruption, rivers of lava engulfed the city, burying it beneath layers of volcanic rock. Refugees scattered across the basin of Mexico, looking for a new place to call home. Of all the settlements in the region, Teotihuacan appears to have benefited the most from these migrations. Bro, yeah, like, it's crazy. Imagine seeing your entire city be flooded in lava. That's crazy. Look at this poor guy. Look at this poor guy. These guys are like, correle, correle. Mexican Pompeii. So real though. Yeah. But here's the thing with Pompeii though. Didn't they get covered in ash? Wasn't that the deal with Pompeii? They were covered in ash. And the people kind of just suffocated. But in Cuicuilco, bro, they got flooded by lava. That's insane. My man carrying his life savings on his back. Bro, you gotta leave the life savings, bro. You're gonna die. They were survivors. Yeah, it was pyroclastic flow. Oh. Cuicuilco is basically the Pompeii of Mexico, chat. The evidence shows all its destruction in the Anahuac Valley. Yeah, que se no tan mitad. Sí, verdad? But yeah, those poor guys. Those poor guys. Fun fact, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs is named for the region in Mexico where impacted. Chicxulub. Oh yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I don't know, man. Seems like Mexico. There's so many crazy things going on in Mexico. And I need to know the chisme, chat. I need to know. Over time, Teotihuacan became a city of immigrants, drawing people from across central Mexico and beyond. They brought with them their skills, traditions, and beliefs, helping transform Teotihuacan into a metropolis unlike anything Mesoamerica had seen before. This is a beautiful illustration by Rafael Mena. Make sure to check him out, chat. He is amazing. And yeah, here we see just how beautiful and clean Teotihuacan looked. Yeah. And Tunguska? Tunguska! I just know about that because of FGO. Look at that dude on the far left. Guy skipping over the lava like you can't catch fire. So real. Mexican Santorini. It got so hot in Pompeii, people's brains turned to glass. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my goodness. And on one of my lessons, it is said that a lot of cities like Tlapacoya started to move to Teotihuacan, yet many others managed to outpass Teotihuacan, like Tlacoya. Oh, John Blade, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. How are you? Teotihuacan, becoming center of economy and whatnot because of several people uniting after a natural catastrophe sounds so like the book or movie cinema. Si lo consideras, la historia son un montón de chismes. Sí, como me encanta, por eso es que yo soy chismosa, chat, por eso me encanta la historia. That's why I like history, because like I'm very nosy and I need to know what happened. Okay. So now, chat. So how did this metropolis look like? There were many aspects that made Teotihuacan so unique, but what really stands out is the city structure itself. Unlike many ancient cities, which grew gradually over centuries with winding, irregular streets, Teotihuacan was meticulously planned. Its streets and neighborhoods and monuments were carefully arranged along a grid, all oriented around the city's main street, the Avenue of the Dead, which we can see here. And this layout was not just conjured up for aesthetics. It aligned with the stars and the sacred calendar. So yeah, since Teotihuacan gets compared with Rome a lot, I thought, well, let's look at a map of Rome. And it's just so interesting, chat, because I never really thought about this. Like, when you see this city, you see the city map, it's like, yeah, the roads kind of, are kind of like little spaghetti, you know? And even, like, in modern cities, roads tend to, not all of them, but some of them, they tend to get all, like, spaghetti-fied. But look at Teotihuacan. What the heck, chat? Look at that! It's so clean! It's so freaking clean. How did they do that? How the heck did they do that? It's like perfect. Rome's chaos grew organically. In the same lessons, I learned that this was designed using brutal mathematical calculations. You could see the sun temple up to the next temple and then up to the hills. Yeah. Me neither. This is actually really cool. Yeah. Like, I just never really thought of cities like that. I was like, I remember first reading that, like, oh yeah, Teotihuacan was built on a grid, and I was like, oh, okay, like, what's the big deal? Like, it's just a grid. But then I looked at other maps and I was like, oh wait, no, you're right. That is really interesting. It's like, it's just so clean. How they do that? Rome may not have been perfect, but it was the superpower of the time. Ave Roma. Cantono follows the same design. Really? That's so interesting. But Teotihuacan, it's so symmetrical, perfect. I know, it's so aesthetically pleasing. Wowza. Okay. Along this grand avenue stood three monumental landmarks that towered above the rest. On the eastern side, we have the Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest pyramids in the world. Underneath it is an ancient and sacred cave. Then at the end of the avenue, we have the Pyramid of the Moon, with the beautiful backdrop of El Cerro Gordo, which we can see here. Lastly, we have a compound structure with the Ciudadela and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. It was an enormous enclosed plaza where people could come together for events, rituals, and commerce. So here we could see a little bit of the Ciudadela, and then we could see hints of the Feathered Serpent Temple. Here we see the giant Pyramid of the Sun, and here is the Pyramid of the Moon. This is the Avenue of the Dead, and as you can see, it's just a straight line. And this beautiful backdrop of El Cerro. Oh, man. I keep thinking, chat, that like if I ever visit this place, I will visit this place, by the way. I think I'm just gonna cry because it just looks so beautiful. And here are some close-ups of the three structures we mentioned. We have the Pyramid of the Moon. We have the Pyramid of the Sun, which is much, much larger than the Moon Pyramid. And then we have the Ciudadela with the Feathered Serpent Temple. The Feathered Serpent Temple is quite small. And I think it's just interesting how it's here in this open plaza. And chat, I gotta be honest, there were moments where I was like, I can't tell the difference between the Moon Pyramid and the Sun Pyramid, but I think I figured it out. I noticed that the Moon Pyramid, it has more of like little thingies right here, like these little mini pyramids in front of it. Meanwhile, the Pyramid of the Sun has that, but not as much as the Moon one. And then the Moon Pyramid is found right at the end of the Avenue of the Dead. It's got thingies on them. Yeah, it's got these thingies. The Pyramid of the Sun has some thingies, but not as much thingies as the Moon Pyramid. Avenue of the Dead sounds so metal, but it is really a kind, sweet thing to incorporate. Oh yeah. And it's huge too. It's a huge street, chat. Yes, you can. The Moon Pyramid is open for tourism and scaling. Beautiful. Wait, you guys can't climb the Sun Pyramid? Oh no. Oh. Okay, I did my research and Katona doesn't follow the same building design over this city, but it also contains advanced mathematical calculations to fit its streets. Yeah, pretty much all the Mesoamerican cities had a lot of math involved. Why does the Sun Pyramid have 2 staircases and then goes back to 1? I don't know. I actually don't know. They were just being a little silly. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta climb the pyramids with your homies, right? Just for it's for the aesthetics, chat. What I'm curious is if the Avenue of the Dead had a specific use. The Avenue of the Dead, I think it was mainly an area for convergence. Like, you knew as soon as you got to the Avenue of the Dead, you had access to all of these important ceremonial structures. And so, yeah, you just you couldn't get lost, chat. I kind of see it like, for those of you that live in Cali, there's the 101 freeway, and you know that once you're on the 101 freeway, it'll take you where you need to go, or to a majority of places you need to go. That's how I see the Avenue of the Dead. It's like the 101 freeway. It's like you could use it and you just know where you're going. Basically, yeah. Okay, next slide. Also, shout out to my man San Juan over here. This river runs perpendicular to the Avenue of the Dead. And yes, the Teotihuacanos redirected it to look like that. Because follow the grid, bitch. Follow it. You know, follow the damn grid. I think that's so cool. Though. Like, the way they redirected the river, bro. It's like, hey, we got this giant river flowing through the city, and it's not following the grid. You better make it follow the grid. How long did it take to build up pyramids on average? Oh, I am not too sure on the exact timings of the constructions. I'm not too sure. If Majora Z is in the chat, if he's still in here, I think he'd be able to answer that. But if not, I will get an answer to you eventually. River's messing with our groove. Yeah, you don't just mess with the groove. You gotta align with the grid, Mr. San Juan. Symmetrical. You have to go, I think. Okay, no worries, no worries. We will look it up later. Or maybe in a part 2. Part 2, oh my goodness. Okay, next slide. At its peak, Teotihuacan housed roughly 100,000 people across a multitude of apartment compounds. Yeah, all of these are apartments, chat. Isn't that crazy? What's even more fascinating is that these quality... Oh crap, I messed up. Let me try that one more time. What's even more fascinating is that the quality of these apartments was up to the level of noble palaces. In other words, common folk were living a very high quality of life, like those of the elite. So yeah, that's very interesting because when you look at other Mesoamerican cities, you'll note that the common folk, they tend to... Oh, hello, is Zane. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. How are you? You'll note that the common folk, they tend to inhabit houses like these. You guys see these little like commoner huts? And then the nobles are the ones that get these sort of apartments or homes. So this is kind of the normal for commoner people. And it's just interesting to note that in Teotihuacan, commoners were living in this, bro. They were living in palaces. It's crazy. These apartments featured painted murals, open-air courtyards, drainage systems, and complex water management. Yeah, they had like their little like toilet area and like water management. Is crazy. But yeah, so that's what I meant, chat, earlier, where they were probably living a better life than me. They were living a better life than me. Holy crap, I wish I had an open air courtyard like that. What the heck? It's crazy. They had like a... And I think right here they would just do like their ceremonies. And then usually these apartments accommodated like both nuclear and extended families within one complex. So yeah, it's really cool. It's like, I want to live there. How much is the rent? Can I live there, please? Darn tourists who doesn't respect, as my grandparents said, fares pays for bad people. What? The Tenochtitlano society was definitely far more socially stratified than Teotihuacan from what it looks like. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, is that Chant Kij? Hi, Chant Kij! Oh my goodness, good to see you. How are you? Welcome. Crazy plusvalia. Lástima que no tenían un Ox. El Oxxo, güey, no. No, cha, el Oxxo estaba aquí, mira. Aquí está el Oxxo. Just kidding. I'm late to it. We're like still kind of in the introductory, kinda. Mini compounds. Yeah, the Oxxo. There's one at every corner. Quizá treque. It should have its own Oxxo. I agree. Probably had multiple Oxxo. Actually, maybe Oxxo originated in Teotihuacan and we just don't know it. We just don't know it, man. The Oxxo is actually Teotihuacan in disguise. Okay, next slide. Teotihuacan was nothing short of a metropolis and even had the presence of ethnic barrios. You know how big cities today have areas like Chinatown, Little Italy, Little Tokyo, etc.? Teotihuacan had them too. That's crazy, man. I wish like in Mexico you could just, well, maybe you can. But you could just go to Oaxaca town and then go to like Chiapas town, like little Chiapas. little Tikal. That'd be so cool. Bro, Oxxo invaded Brazil. Oh my goodness. Oh, history repeats itself. Wouldn't they be stuffy without windows? They did have windows. They did. Actually, I don't know if you could see it here, but generally they had the windows for them was up top. It was right here. They did not have windows like on the side of the wall. They only had doorways, but their windows were up top. That's how they would get their nice, beautiful sunlight. That's where they would get the fresh air. Their little towns used to have their own places. Wow. Shout out to LA's Little Tokyo and Koreatown. I love their Little Tokyo. That's why I put it in there. I love visiting Little Tokyo. Okay, next slide. To the west, we have the Oaxaca barrio, where Zapotec-style ceramics, burials, and inscriptions suggest a community with strong ties to the Oaxaca region. So here we have some of the excavations of the Oaxaca barrio, and we note that they do be looking like Zapotec style. So yeah, that's the Oaxaca barrio. They're just chilling on the west side. Then there is the Merchants Barrio to the east, housing communities from Veracruz and the Gulf Coast, noted by the large amount of ceramics tied to those cultures. And we also see architectural influences, particularly in the presence of circular structures. So yeah, so these are circular structures found in Teotihuacan. And there are other sites in the Gulf Coast that have these very similar architectural styles. Bensapi culture, the cloud people. Did Teotihuacan exist before the Proto-Nahua migration or Anahuac? Oh yeah, they existed before. We're actually gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a moment. The sky windows. Across multiple excavations and studies, archaeologists suggest a wide array of ethnic backgrounds, including West Mexican and Central Mexican cultures, in addition to the aforementioned groups. And right here, these pictures in particular, they're actually from the Plaza of Columns. But perhaps the most surprising of all is the Maya presence in the city, which we can see around the Plaza of Columns. This is interesting considering the Maya lived over 1,000 miles away. What gives? Well, that leads us into one of the city's greatest mysteries, chat. What the heck were the Mayans? Doing in Teotihuacan? Did I miss you talking about the great goddess of Teotihuacan? If you do plan to discuss her. You know, I tried to fit her in. But no, we don't talk about the deities too much, just because there was a lot to talk about. But you will see. No spoilers, we did talk about some deities, but I won't spoil it. Okay. That being the question, was Teotihuacan an empire? Teotihuacan's influence dominated much of Mesoamerica during the early Classic period from 250 to 550 CE. This metropolis was home to expert craftsmen in obsidian, ceramics, monumental architecture, and much more. It was a center of culture, trade, and even religion, expanding its influence for hundreds to thousands of miles away. So here we see kind of like the main Teotihuacan heartland, and then we see like their expanding influence, chat. It just goes on. Just to name a few examples, we have some sites in Guatemala with Teotihuacan-style braziers, some settlements in Morelos. Sorry, I need to repeat that. Some settlements in Morelos State have turned up Teotihuacan-style ceramics and obsidian. Los Horcones on the coast of Chiapas host mini pyramids in Teotihuacan style. And lastly, the iconic talud tablero architectural style can be seen throughout multiple major sites such as Tikal. Now, disclaimer, chat, these specific artifacts, these two in particular, they're not exactly from the sites I mentioned. I just couldn't find pictures of them, so I just put an example of the Teotihuacano style, just so you guys have an idea of like what it looked like. So you see here, they tend to have these goggle eyes, They tend to have these big earrings on the side, and they also tend to have an elaborate headdress, usually with feathered tassels, as we can see in this ceramic right here. Also, this one in particular is actually from Los Orcones that I mentioned earlier. They're not the mini pyramids I talked about, but instead it's just a I forgot the name of this thing, but this thing you can see the Teotihuacano style in the goggled eyes, the circular earrings, and the headdress. And then here, this is an altar from Tikal, and we can see that dun dun dun.
Senpai?
It has that Teotihuacano style. Toothless to fly. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Welcome. Dun dun dun. Everywhere I look, I see him. Everywhere I look, I see him. Those darn Teotihuacanos. I love them though. They have such a vibe. No, the Teotihuacan influence of Chichen Itza comes from its relationship with other terminal classic sites like Tula, to name the most prominent. Let's see here. Mayan trader. Hey, bro, I did a small trek up 1,000 miles to get here, or kilometers to get here. Did you know those? Did you still got those figures with the sick goggles? Yeah, they just really like the goggles, man. They really do like that. Okay. Next up, speaking of Tikal. Depicted on Maya Stele, we see figures dressed in unmistakably Teotihuacan style. The inscriptions describe the arrival of a warrior named Siyaj Kak, whose name translates to "fire is born." He is said to have been sent by a distant ruler known as Spear Thrower Owl. Shortly after his arrival, Tikal's ruler, Jaguar Pa, died and a new king ascended the throne, Yash Nun Ahin the First. Yeah, so here are some of the stelas that have been found. So you guys see that? Dun dun dun! Y'all see that? Everywhere I look, I see him. Everywhere I look, I see him. Those darn Teotihuacanos. And it's interesting because this is in the Mayan art style. Note that the Mayan art style, they tend to be like kind of chunkier. Like the art style is like chunkier and a bit smooth. Their heads and faces tend to be longer. But despite the art style, they do be rocking the Teotihuacano fashion. Teotihuacano fashion. So it's like, what's going on here? What is going on here, chat? What are my Teotihuacanos doing in Tikal? Mayan manga. The guy at the left is holding is a spear thrower that looks like an owl. Oh yeah, so cool. Yeah, and this is the glyph for spear thrower owl. You see the owl with the spear thrower. Yeah, always watching. Okay, next slide. During his rule, there looks to be a cultural reform, blending both Maya and Teotihuacan traditions. This combination eventually led to the golden age of the Maya during the remainder of the classic period. So yeah, they were like, ooh, Teotihuacan, I kind of like what you guys got going over there, so we're just gonna steal a little bit of that. And yeah, in the end, it just kind of birthed into something new and beautiful. However, there's still much debate surrounding these events. First of all, Spear Thrower Owl's identity is a bit ambiguous. Though he is portrayed in Teotihuacan style, it is unclear whether he was actually a Teotihuacan ruler. This is partly due to the long-standing debate whether Teotihuacan had a royal elite at all. Isn't that crazy, chat? Like, they might have not even had like a specific king or ruler. So on one hand, we have the construction of massive monuments and masterful city planning, hinting to a powerful elite capable of organizing such projects. However, unlike the Maya, Teotihuacan left behind no clear royal palaces or depictions of kings, suggesting something sort of a republic instead. So yeah, it is interesting, chat. I was also looking at the map, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. There isn't really like a royal palace. Everyone just kind of lived in really nice houses. And then they just, like with the Mayans, they would make like art of their kings, and then the Teotihuacanos, it's like, nope. They could have been run by a council. Yeah, it's interesting. It's still a mystery, chat. Like, who the heck was ruling this place? It's surprising how skull elongation wasn't that uncommon globally. It existed in South America and Central Africa, I believe, even somewhere in Europe. Oh, that is interesting indeed. Yeah. Okay, next slide. This is why some scholars claim that Spear Thrower Owl and the Sun were actually Mayan, and simply cosplaying as Teotihuacanos for an air of legitimacy. After all, at this point, everyone had heard of the grandeur of Teotihuacan and wanted to match their prestige. So yeah. What do you guys think? Chat, what do you guys think? Do you think they were actually Teotihuacanos? Or do you think maybe they were cosplaying as Teotihuacanos? I put this art here because this is like definitely the Teotihuacano style, but it's like he do be giving us that look. That's peculiar. It was like Monty Python and the Holy Grail skit of peasants ruling themselves in a democratic system. I don't know, like, of peasants? It's still a mystery. It's a mystery. What the heck was going on in Teotihuacan? Who was ruling it? I also wonder the same thing. Sosomogus? I know what you are. Mayans, they got influence from Olmecs, Teotihuacans, Zapotecs, and even Mixtecs. Who else was influencing the Mayans? I don't know, man. But good for them. Good for them. They were thriving in the classic period. Tulatolan was a Tolteca capital, and they conquered Chichen Itza. I also have heard some debate about that. It's not super clear if they conquered Chichen Itza. It's mysterious. Looking at you, Chaya. He be giving us that look. Okay. Meanwhile, back in Teotihuacan, the Plaza of Columns provides evidence of friendly relations between the two cultures. Archaeologists have uncovered signs of feasting, as well as the remains of a spider monkey that had been brought all the way from the Maya region as an elite gift. So chat, here is the Plaza of Columns. It is kind of what's the word, adjacent to the Pirámide del Sol. Here we have some excavations of a mural painted in a very distinct Mayan style. Here we have the remains of the spider monkey that I mentioned. And then right here, chat, so this is the evidence of feasting. So as archaeologists excavated the Plaza of Columns, they noted a lot of these like little collection of ceramics and I think bones as well. And that was just tradition after a feast in Mesoamerica. They would just like yeet. They would just yeet the ceramics. Oh, in cup, thank you for the subscription. Yeah, they would just yeet the plates and the bowls and all the like the remains of like the creatures that they consumed. And that was just their way of partying. And it was kind of like a ritual offering after the feast. So yeah, and there's a lot of these that are found in the Plaza of Columns. A lot. This is just one of them. Okay. Murals. Oh wait. Chat. It didn't always stay like that though. So there were hints of good relations that over time. However, as time went on, these relations appear to have deteriorated. Murals depicting Maya figures were deliberately vandalized and their faces scratched out. Ceramics were broken, and Maya-associated human remains hint that things may have turned violent. So there might have been some sort of crash out that sparked Teotihuacan's sudden takeover of Tikal, but as of now, it's still a mystery. So what do you guys think? Back at Teotihuacan, there is hints of a crash out. But do you guys think that crash out was enough for them to travel 1,000 miles to Tikal to beat them up? I don't know. It's a mystery. Eating ceramic, you should eat the ceramic. My sis makes clay pottery. That's lovely. They sound like party people. I would love to join them. Right? I wanna go party with the Teotihuacanos. I do it. Reasonable crash out. See, but I'm a chismosa, and I need to know why they crashed out. I need to know who was betrayed. I need to know the details. The history needs to reveal this to me, please. I'm begging the archaeologist to give me the tea, because I'm a chismosa and I want to know what happened. Why did they crash out? What happened? Like, did someone cheat on like another person? Was there like wife stealing or husband stealing involved? Were they jealous of each other? Did they have an illegitimate child? Like, what's going on? Why did they crash out? Wars were done for 1,000 miles is nothing. Is it pronounced Chi-Ken Itza or Chi-Chen Itza? I think it's Chichen Itza. I think. Perhaps. I think Teotihuacan was like, Tika, you are my bitch. Tika said, hell yeah, I'm broken. Then it broke down. I don't know, man, but that's crazy. That's crazy if Teotihuacan crashed out and rolled up to Tika to beat him up. That's insane. That's dedication. Uno se robó algo y la agarraron con el grupo. It's pronounced Chichen Itza? Like yeet? Mucho coraje. Sí, mucho coraje, cha. Pobrecitos Tikal. Well, not tan pobrecito though. Because they did end up like winning in the end, because the Mayans, they ended up taking some of that juicy Teotihuacan culture and they entered their golden age. Meanwhile, Teotihuacan kind of crumbled. Oh my gosh, that's a spoiler. That's a spoiler. Okay, let's go to the next slide. All in all, Teotihuacan as a legendary influential city is undeniable. Was it an empire though? Perhaps in the heartland, but as you extend further past the city, the evidence is much less clear. Either way, as powerful as Teotihuacan became, it eventually met its demise. Can we get an F in the chat for Teotihuacan? Teotihuacan, no! No! You're the chosen one! Teotihuacan collapsed between 550... Wait, I need to repeat that. Teotihuacan collapsed between 550 and 650 CE, but there were hints of small declines before then. One notable event was the desecration of the Feathered Serpent Temple from around 250 to 350 CE. Then there was the abandonment of ethnic barrios from around 450 to 550 CE. So yeah, guys, they desecrated my man! They desecrated my man, Feathered Serpent Temple! No! Quetzalcóatl! ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué le hicieron eso? Quetzalcóatl! ¿Por qué le quemaron su templo? What did Quetzalcóatl do to you? The disrespect's real. Teotihuacan was what could be called an octopus-like state. It didn't care for full 100% control of outside regions, just key points in the corridors that might give them access to outside goods such as cacao and cotton, to name a few. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. It's like they chose which areas they wanted to control. They didn't need to control all of them. OMG, the Minecraft fires. Are those Minecraft fires? I just got them from Canva. Lol. Yeah, and then the barrios, man. Why did they leave the barrios? No. Oof. Look how they massacred my boy. If I'm not wrong, the city that took over the center as a political religious point was Xochicalco. Now that, I'm not too sure. Let's remake Teotihuacan in a Minecraft server. Invite me! Invite me! The final collapse is characterized by the mass destruction of ceremonial centers and elite structures, hinting at major civil unrest. For the most part, the collapse seems to have happened from within, which just makes you wonder, man, what did they do to make the people that mad? What did they do? But despite its fall, Teotihuacan lived on long after its demise through the legacy it left behind. When the Nahua migrated to the Central Basin, centuries later, they encountered its ruins and were struck with awe. They bestowed upon it the name Teotihuacan, the place where one becomes a god. Yep, we don't actually know what Teotihuacan was called by the people who lived there, but we may have a clue thanks to the Maya. Chat, I'm pretty proud of this meme. I'm pretty proud of this meme. What do you guys think? Hey guys, Teotihuacan! Not what I'm called! They probably privatized those pretty houses. I would be mad too, to be honest. Bro. They probably took away their health care and used their tax dollars to fund silly golden statues. Damn. What did they do to make them that mad? There's some good questions to ask. They dissed our feathered serpent golden boy Quetz. No! Why would they diss my boy? Falta de agua. It was semi-desert. Guerra contra los mayas. Tensión étnica. Sí, sí, sí. También. También es posible. Accidentally fitting name. Honestly, it's a pretty good name. Like, even if it isn't its name, I like the name. The city where one becomes a god. That's cool. That's pretty metal. Okay, so the Maya, they give us a clue as to what it might have been called. Based on the decipherment of Maya inscriptions, some scholars suggest that Teotihuacan may have been known as Place of Reeds, a concept that the Nahua would later call Tolan. Now, this doesn't mean that Teotihuacan was the Tolan as told in the legends of the Toltec, but instead Teotihuacan could have served as a prototype for future Tolans, cities of high culture and civilization. So yeah, prototype Tolan. It's pretty cool. This standard of civilization became something that succeeding cultures aspired towards, especially the Mexica. The Mexica be looking at Teotihuacan like, gem alert! Gem alert! Hey yo, can I copy your homework? And Teotihuacan is like, yeah, just don't make it obvious, bro. Just don't make it obvious. Another name could have been God City. The thing is that they have a bunch of gods, so to say that it's God City is like, which god we talking about? But when they say the city where one becomes a god, I think that goes pretty hard. Tulatolan. I remember an archaeologist at Teotihuacan saying one possible major reason for its demise was that it used to be the largest source of obsidian and eventually lost its monopoly on other cities finding other obsidian mines. Potentially, yeah, I think it was like a combination of a lot of factors, but it's just interesting to note how intense fires are what characterize like its demise. So there was something going on. People were going crazy, they were burning stuff down, and it seems to have come from within. So I don't know, they did something to piss off the people. That goes hard. Ayo, Boo, can I copy your answers? Theopolis. Can I copy your homework? Do whatever you want. I'm super dead. So si Tlaloc being sussy. The Mexica incorporated Teotihuacan into their own mythology, identifying it as the birthplace of the fifth sun. They also revered deities such as Tlaloc and Quetzalcoatl, gods tracing all the way back to Teotihuacan. Because if you look closely, chat, those goggles, those goggle eyes, Tlaloc tends to have them too. Interesting indeed. My man Quetzalcoatl, hello? Wait, where is he? Where is he? He does have a temple in Teotihuacan, so... During the height of the Aztec Empire, Mexica rulers ordered excavations of the ancient city, seeking relics and sacred objects from its glorious past. So here we see some Mexica archaeology. Hey yo, look at them go! Look at them excavating Teotihuacan. We even see Teotihuacan's artistic influence re-emerge in Tenochtitlan, inspiring what scholars sometimes describe as Neo-Teotihuacan movement in art, sculpture, and architecture. So here we have, this is the original Teotihuacan sculpture. And then here is the Mexica recreation. And then we see the talud tablero architectural style right here in one of the temples in Tenochtitlan. And the Mexica weren't the only ones looking back. Across the post-classic world, echoes of Teotihuacan continue to appear in religion, art, and political ideology. So here is a Mixtec codex depicting Tlaloc. And here we see the feathered serpent head in the post-classic city of Chichen Itza. Today, Teotihuacan stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the great jewels of modern Mexico. I hope to visit it one day myself, chat. I really want to go see Teotihuacan. I need to go. And that, my friends, was Teotihuacan mini lesson. Honestly, this seemed more like a intro. There was a lot of information that I had to cut because I was like, yeah, we're going to be here forever. But if you guys want, let me know. Let me know if you guys want part 2. Déjenme saber si quieren parte 2. Part 2, we could probably go into like specific structures, like the deal with the different pyramids and the gods. We could probably dive into that. Dang, that felt short. Also, I missed 51 minutes of it because I had to look after my nephew's snake implants while he had his family. You were looking after Quetzy. Yes, please. You guys want part 2? Bro, this script felt like really long, but I think it felt a bit short because I kind of zoomed through it. Usually I go on tangents. And I'm like, oh Chad, like, do you remember that one time? We need part 3. What would I do for part 3? That's a good question. But do you guys have any questions? Even if I don't have an answer right now, we can write it down for parte dos. And the fashion too, I beg. I love the Teotihuacan fashion. Bro, they had an aesthetic. They definitely had an aesthetic. As we can see here. Like the goggly eyes, the big earrings, the feather tassels, they just had a vibe. Oi, oi, hello. Hi, Machine Boy. How are you? W presentation. I'm so glad you guys liked it. Yay, I'm so glad you guys want parte dos, part 2. Fun fact, Teotihuacan was the biggest city of the American continent with a record unbroken for like around a millennium or so. I love that. I love that for the Teotihuacanos. Let me go to my arte. So, this is my artistic rendition of initially I was like, oh yeah, this is Spear Thrower Owl. But I'm not too sure. I think he's just a general Teotihuacano. And so I tried to incorporate the fashion into his design. I gave him the goggly eyes. I'm debating whether he should have them painted on, or if if they should actually be like goggles that he wears. I'm still debating that. I have the ginormous earrings. However, I'm like, hey, how are they gonna hold these giant earrings on their ears? I feel like that would be painful. So I actually have them attached to the headdress. And then right here, the feather tassels. That is very iconic for the Teotihuacanos. They love their feather tassels. They love them. And they tend to have a multiple like little patches of feather tassels. So usually there's like 2 tassels on the side, then there's like another 2 that are emerging from the top sides, and then there's a bunch of feather tassels emerging from like the center. And their headdresses tend to be like this short cylindrical shape, almost like as if it was like a hat. And then it's common to see like these like turquoise, not necessarily turquoise, but bead jewelry. We could see it here too. They got their bead necklace. I actually based this artwork a lot on this depiction of a Teotihuacano in Tikal. Lamel Eros Senin, that's great. Lamel, I think he could have be painted as well, though I imagine the less you wear, the more you paint your body. At least that's my perception of Mesoamerican fashion in general. Yeah. I did paint his like his face with red because I did notice it in one of the Teotihuacano murals. But once again, I'm still debating the design. I think the colors need to be refined. I don't think I got the colors down completely. I need to experiment a bit more with them. But I figured like we just put him in the end credits. Bronzebowl would like a word. I like the illustrations that don't try to look realistic, as it's a mental reminder that we don't fully know exactly what it looked like. Yeah, I like that it's open for interpretation, meaning that I can make them hot and sexy anime boys. To be honest, I think he could be painted as well. Oh wait, I think I read that already. Teotihuacan. Could you do a presentation over Purepecha? It's on my list. Remember I mentioned I have a giant list of topics? The Purepecha is in there. We have Purepecha on the list. When I asked my dad, he said that the lines represent number 5 and the dot represent number 1. Tikin, that's all I remember what my dad told me. The lines? The lines represent number 5 and the dot represents number 1. I remember Do the lines represent number 5? I forgot. That's actually another topic I want to dive into. The Mesoamerican number system. Bonk? Why you bug me? Why you bug me? You should post the list online. You guys want to see my ginormous list? Not that I'm complaining about the sexy shirtless men. That's always a treat. Agreed. Yeah. Something to do with their number. Sorry. Nice meme. Oh, you guys like my... I'm proud of my memes. I'm really proud of my memes, chat. That's actually one of my favorite things to do on presentations, is to bring in the memes. I think my favorite one is this one. It's just so perfect. Like, hey guys, Teotihuacan! Not what I'm called. I also really like this one. Like, cause, damn, what did they do to make them that mad? What was going on in Teotihuacan that they got so mad? Yeah, I'm proud of my memes. Yeah. And Lore Punk, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Also really like this guy's face. He's got a vibe. He's got a vibe. Meso memes. Sorry, my dad and I were talking about Mayan numbers and how they calculate things back then. Oh, no worries. No worries. Yes, I love the Mayan not Mayan calendar. Well, I do like the Mayan calendar, but I love their numerical system as well. Historical memes are the best. I appreciate it. And that's something that just dawned in my head. That's beautiful. I love their number system. W new people, yay! The memes just add to the lesson. They probably had a crazy sports fan like in New York Knicks. He's squinting at us. He is. Alright, chat. Actually, are you guys ready for the... Are you guys ready? Let's go back to the chatting screen. Chat, ¿están listos para el examen? Are you guys ready for the... Are you guys ready for the test? ¿Están listos para el examen, chat? We're gonna go by section. We're gonna go by section. So let's see here. First question. What is the name of the era that Teotihuacan formed? What's the name of the era that Teotihuacan, in which Teotihuacan formed? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, she wasn't kidding. You guys thought I was joking? You guys thought I was kidding? Classic period? Oh, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Kiss, please. Es pregunta difícil. No está tan difícil, chat. Esta respuesta ya se las di en el principio y también en otro video. Oh, we got some guesses for pre-classic. Oh no, I took the wrong notes. What was the question? The question is, in what era did Teotihuacan form? What is the name of the era in which Teotihuacan formed? Okay, we got pre-classic, we got classic, and I wasn't there when you start the video, sorry, I failed the quiz. Oh no. Don't worry, this will serve as review. I'm just relying on mental notes. Pre-clásico, the formative. Okay. 1924? Interesting. Pre-classic. Okay. So the answer is, chat, the pre-classic period. So if you guys guessed pre-classic, you got it right. Yep. So let's see, who was the first one to guess pre-classic? That was Jonathan's. Felicidades, Jonathan. Fuiste el primero en responder pre-clásico. Congratulations. James, thank you for subscribing. Welcome. How are you? Okie dokie. That is the first question. I don't think that was a hard question. Do you guys think that was a hard question? Okay, next section. Oh, okay. What is the name of the volcano that destroyed Cuicuilco? What's the name of the volcano that destroyed Cuicuilco? ¿Cómo se llama el volcán que destruyó la ciudad de Cuicuilco? So, what years defines pre-classic? 250 through 550? No. Pre-classic is still in the Hold on. I wrote this down. I wrote this down somewhere. It's definitely before like 100 CE. Pre-classic period is from 1800 BCE to 250 CE. Okay, so it is a little bit in the very beginnings of the Common Era. Very beginnings of Common Era. Oh my god, I got it from AI. Lol. Bad with names? Okay. Let's see if anyone got it. So what years define pre-classic? Come on, guys. Buen trabajo, Jonathan. Y'all got this. Oh no, bad with names. Xitle volcano. Shit, that was fast. The formative pyramid. Xitle. Google something idea. Okay. Any other guesses? Do we got any other guesses for the volcano? Tenemos más respuestas para el volcán. If I spelled that right. Chichináutzin. Okay, Chichináutzin, ya veo. Someone already said Xitle, by the way. Yeah, I see Xitle. Just waiting if anyone else wants to answer. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. The answer is, drumroll, Xitle. Yeah, Xitle. Okay, so it looks like the first person to respond Xitle was Neo Steelzerg. Congrats, Neo. Congrats, you got it. And everyone who guessed Xitle, you got it. Hooray. Yeah, I was gonna say like, oh, name one of the volcanoes, but I feel like the first volcano is very easy to guess because it's just like, it's the volcano. It's our man Popocatépetl. So I feel like a cheater. Okay, I came late to the lesson and there was a test. I'm cooked. You're so cooked, bro. You're so cooked. I recommend using DuckDuckGo, even though it has its own AI search engine. You have the option to turn it off. Yeah, I know. Sometimes the AI search is annoying because it just slows down my general searches. So I'm on Mexico City. Hola, buenas tardes, humans. Hola, ¿cómo estás, Sais? Bienvenido. Me failing because I skipped class. How dare you skip class? Okay, so that point was given to Neo. Okay. Next section. Oh, okay. I'm debating whether to give you guys a hard question or an easy question. Okay, how about this? I named two barrios. During the lesson. You guys are free to answer either of those two. But give me the name of one barrio that I mentioned in the lesson. I love history. I've been using DuckDuckMai. I saw the first question I could have gotten right first if I had heard it better. Oh no! Actually, can you give points to the next person who guessed it right? Since I'm legit cheating. No, bro! You cheated! How dare Neo? That's so funny. Then the next person would be Jonathan. Bro, Jonathan got the second. It got the second one. Oh, okay. We got guesses for Zapotec. Interesting. Any other guesses? I mentioned two barrios. Yeah, the test star is the most common subset of niche things, even if you search something niche. Let's see. We got Mayans and Chiapas. Okay, Zapotecan Maya, Zapotec, causay to some cooked. Totonacs, okay. Totonac, Zapotecan Maya, Maya Barrio, Zapotec Chichimeca, Discoteca. Bro, I wanna go to that barrio. What the heck? Hey, yo, let's roll up to the discoteca barrio. Let's go. Jonathan is scholar. Humu, humu, humu. I'm gonna guess Otomi. Okay, Otomi. IDK, why is it Chiapas? That was wrong. How about Oaxacans? Wait, that's just Zapotec. Okay, okay. Not the discoteca. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what, though? So, like, a long time ago, there was this, like, one user that was really, like, was trying to, like, cancel me, or was just heavily criticizing me, for having, like, an Aztec-themed avatar. Because they're like, oh, you're, like, if you're not indigenous, you're not allowed to have such such a design. And I'm like, well, I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican. And they're like, well, even if you're Mexican, like, you're not allowed to, because I bet you don't even know what tribe you're from. But now I'm like, dude, next time someone tells me that, I'm gonna be like, I'm from the discoteca tribe. Because, you know, and the reason why I want to do that is because I remember I was having that discussion with that user, and from the way they were talking, I could tell that they didn't really know. They didn't know much about the history at all. And that's what bothered me, because they were trying to cancel me, but it's like, bro, but you don't, like, you're calling them tribes, and like, that's kind of not how it's done, bro. Like, they weren't really tribes, bro. What do you mean? I like your design, it's very pretty. Thank you. I'm confused. Aren't you indigenous? I'm Mexican. I don't know my my indigenous roots, but I also can't deny them. People will be like, well, no, you're not actually indigenous. I can't say I am indigenous, but I also can't deny the roots. Because if I do deny the roots, I feel like that's just a huge slap in the face to the ancestors. So I also cannot be like, no, Chelek, I'm not related at all. But I also feel I grew up very disconnected to the culture. So I also don't feel comfortable being like, yeah, like, I'm indigenous. I just feel disconnected, so I don't wanna have that label. I'm fine with just being Mexican. That's perfectly fine by me. Not knowing their ancestry is something very common among Amerindians today. Yeah. But I do have a hunch. I am pretty sure it's Nawa. Pretty sure. Because that's the reason why I felt so connected with the Nawa culture. It's because when I would read the myths, it just felt close to home. So yeah, and I don't know if I could say like, yeah, I'm 100% Nawa. I don't know, unless I do some deep digging to my family tree. But I could feel it. But yeah, next time they're like, oh yeah, like, what tribe are you from, huh? I'm from the discoteca tribe. I like that. Eres mexicana, así de sencillo de un mexicano. Sí, pues es lo que yo pienso también. Y bueno, hasta aquí en el United, in the US, I've had multiple moments when people think I'm indigenous. Like one time, I went to New Mexico for a business trip, and New Mexico has a very a thriving indigenous community. And like I asked for a taxi, and the taxi driver was like, "Oh, like, are you from here? Like, are you indigenous?" And I was like, "No, like, I'm Mexican." I'm Mexican. But I mean, yeah, like when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Though I'm curious how your avatar would look like in a traje de mestiza. Oh, I do have an idea for a design. My mom, my parents are from Guerrero. We're from a rural pueblito in Guerrero. Let me show you guys. And my mom, she's like, mira, esto me ponía en en mi pueblito. Hold on. Guerrero traje típico. Where is it? My mom would wear this style dress in Mexico. So in the future, I would like to have a dress like this as one of my outfits. Chat, what do you guys think? I have some really cool ideas for it. Yes, I also want the trenzas, because I asked my mom, like, did you tie your hair up? Because I saw some pictures where the woman tied their hair up, not in like a bun, but just kind of like it's not down. And I asked her, and she's like, no, yo me ponía mis trenzas. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do the trenzas then, with the moños. It's beautiful and embrace your roots. Thank you, Chroma. I've seen those before. They are so cute. Yeah, and I think it fits so well. I have some ideas of how to incorporate Mesoamerican design onto the dress, as well as space themes. And I'm just glad that the dress itself, like the skirt, is black, because I could really cook with that, chat. I could really cook with that. Parece Tlaxcalteca. ¿Qué? I feel thankful that I at least know enough family history to know that within my grandparents are part Purepecha. I only know this because of a story that my mom told me. That's beautiful. Okay, chat, I got distracted. Let's see who got the answer. The previous answer. So you guys were kinda correct, kinda. So if you mentioned Zapotec Barrio or Maya Barrio, you're technically correct. It's just not like the exact name that it's known by, but I'll allow it. So I suppose the first one to get the question right would be Kochi. So Kochi, you were the first one because you guessed Mayan. But if we wanted to look for a specific name, then I think the person who said Oaxaca Barrio would be the one to get the point. Oaxaca or Plaza of Columns, which also goes to Kochi. So congratulations, Kochi. And also Jonathan, you also guessed Oaxaca Barrio. Yeah, so it's Oaxaca Barrio and Merchants Barrio and Plaza of Columns. From Guerrero, maybe Mixtec. I would go to Zapotec. You know, chat. This is for me. This is what I mean, where like I feel it in the bones, because I did look deep into Mixtec culture, and I still don't feel it. And I was hoping I would feel something, because I think the Mixtec were so cool and they were very artistic. But as I studied the history and like the culture, I was like, no, like this ain't it. I feel like it's not it. I definitely feel more Nawa. But of course, unless I do some extensive family tree searching, I won't know completely. But I think feeling it in the bones is enough. So Tachi ain't part of Chaya's family history then. Oh, Tachi. I don't know. Maybe when I go to Maybe when I visit Oaxaca and Guerrero, maybe I'll feel it. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know. I hope to go to Mexico this year and explore a little bit of my mom's pueblo. And I'll let you guys know about the vibe. But from my initial assumptions, it's very Nawa. Very Nawa. Not mystic. Whoop. Even though Gen AI is very controversial, I've seen videos of indigenous peoples from the Americas over Africa and Papua using it to record their languages. You know, not all AI usage is bad. I think there's a way to use AI in ethical ways. There are definitely things that AI can help, like just genuinely make life easier. Especially for like deep analysis when it comes to like medical diagnosis. Even for me, like with Canva, they have like some AI features. So for me, sometimes I'm like, bro, I just need to erase this one like bird in the corner. And so I use like the magic eraser and bam, it's gone. Instead of like downloading the picture, going to Photoshop, painting over it, then re-uploading it into Canva. That would take me like 20 minutes to do. Compared to like maybe 2 minutes with the magic eraser. So for me, I'm like, well, I'd rather use those 20 minutes to like read another article about like Teotihuacan. So I don't think all AI usage is bad, but the way we're going right now, it's not very ethical. Like I see a lot of people abusing AI, trying to use it as a replacement for humans instead of it just making life easier for people. So yeah, and also the way companies are just trying to shove it down people's throats, where it's like, you know, we don't have to use AI for everything. It's really not necessary to use it for every single aspect of life. Like, bro, I can read my emails just fine. I don't need you to summarize it for me. I feel like even historically, even if you weren't Nawa, you could assimilate by learning multiple languages like Malinche or perhaps through marriage or adoption. Yes, I need to find myself a Nawa boyfriend. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hell yeah, I'm gonna marry into the Indio. Not Indio. I shouldn't say Indio. I'm gonna marry into the Nawa people. I'm just kidding. Nah, I mean, for me, I feel like I'm more on the Aero Ace spectrum. But, you know, if I fall in love with someone, it doesn't matter what race they are. If the connection is there, it's there. And if they happen to be a Nawa person, hell yeah. Of course you're kidding, you're gonna marry a black hole. Exactly! Okay, next question. Next question. You guys think I forgot? You guys think you could distract me from the question chat? From the exam? Well, I'm gonna give you guys another question. Okay. Okay, this one's gonna be hard. This one's gonna be hard, chat. But let's see if you guys get it. If you guys don't get it, I'll give you guys an easier question. So here we go. Here's the question. What was the name of the Tikal ruler that was usurped? The one that was killed by the quote-unquote Teotihuacano invasion. What was his name? This is a hard one because I only mentioned it once. I'm sorry, Chaya, but I and many people have already shipped you with Tutu. Yay! Hooray, Tutu! She's my wife. Send us the specs. Joined a bit too late, Rip. Hi, Shalshik. Yes, we finished the lesson, but we're doing a little bit of review through our quiz. Data centers for now are very loud to neighborhoods and poisoning the air and water supply. Yeah, and like it's the only reason why there's a need for so many data centers is because these companies keep trying to shove AI down our throats for things that we don't even need AI for. And then also, what pisses me off the most, chat, are AI videos, especially in the Mesoamerican community. I am very frustrated that the majority of videos and content in the Mesoamerican history sphere, they're so low quality AI slop, and I'm like, we deserve better. We deserve so much better. It's so sad, and I'm like, and it's funny because my mom, she'll send me like videos, or she'll show me some videos like, mira chaya, like mira esta de information, and it's like an AI video, and I'm like, I don't have the heart to tell her, but I just see it and I'm like, why, like, this information isn't even good information. Arrow Ace represent. Rod, just found your channel while I'm at work with your Game of Thrones vid. Love your model. Love the fact that you're educating. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much, Noob P. Hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Ah, shucks, I'm going to fail. Tikal Stella. Oops. Jaguar Paw. Chak Dok Chak. Great Jaguar Paw. Did you look that up, Theo? Did you look that up? Please give someone a reply if I'm first. No, that goes to Rex. Rex, congratulations. Yes, it's Jaguar Paw. Congratulations. Tikal Stella 3, I think. You got the source, but not exactly the name. Born of Fire. That's the invader. That was the invader who killed. He killed Jaguar Paw. And Spear Thrower Owl is the one who sent Born of Fire. Chak Dok each act, or was it first? It was Jaguar Paw. Hooray! So Rex, you got it. Congratulations. And you got it. Gochi Tikal Stella 3, I think. It actually goes to Rex. One Jaguar Paw, yeah, could be first. Having a Unicode Mesoamerican scripts would be a huge step alone. Oh, that would be so cool. Yes. Listen to this one Teotihuacan secret and you will be mind. No! No! I could already smell the AI. Ew! Ew, disgusting! Oh my god. Yes, every history topic is flooded with AI, and Mesoamerican history being less represented as a whole means the AI stands out more. Yeah, and it's just like the information is just wrong. The thing about Mesoamerican history is that you really gotta be careful about even how you interpret primary sources, because yeah, like an AI will read a source like, let's say, the history of the Chichimeca nation, and just say like, oh yeah, like Nezahualcóyotl, like he was like David from the Bible, and it's like, no, he wasn't. Like, you gotta kind of look deeper into the source, look at the context, understand the nuance of like all the events and the surrounding events that happened while the source was written. And the AI can't understand that. The AI will just kind of regurgitate it to you. They're shoving the AI, coals, and oil down their throat. These people are actually trying to destroy our planet because they're doomsday prophecy, and they imagine they'd escape Earth when it burns down. No, not the doomsday prophecy. That's so stupid. Why? Just why? I had to tell my dad that. No, Bob Marley did not sing Hotel California. It broke his heart. No! Let's see here. You also have to remember, some people who use AI end up stealing other people's art too. I know. That's why I refuse to use AI in any of my videos. I usually go with the primary sources, or I just kind of make it up. I make it up with either my own doodles, or I just kind of photo bash some things. Yeah, I think it's funny. Or like I make a meme, like in Teotihuacan lesson. It was hard to find some pictures because they're either like they're buried deep in some academic papers, or it's not just as commonly available in databases. So I had to kind of just scrape the internet on my own and like dive into academic papers and even just make memes to kind of bring the point across. The AI will never say whatever you want to hear. Oh, the AI will say whatever you want to hear. Yeah, it's stupid. And then you call it out, and it's like, oh yeah, you're totally right. Hee hee ha ha. Oh my goodness. AI videos be tricking my parents into believing FGO. No! That's so funny. Okay, chat. Are you guys ready for another... Are you guys ready for another question? I think this should be our... This should be our last one? No, we have 2 more questions left. We have 2 more questions left. Let's see here. What is the structure that was desecrated? What is the structure that was desecrated towards the... or during the decline of Teotihuacan? There is a structure that was desecrated. Poor thing. You can check out anytime you like, but never leave guitar if it's solo. The issue isn't AI itself, but the fact that it was trained with zero respect for repeatable sources. It gobbled all fake alien shit alongside true history. Oh yeah. You know, another thing, I noticed that it's gotten worse, especially with the art. I see some like AI art and I'm like it looks so bad. Yeah, I think it's cannibalizing itself. And then, oh, there was another thing I was gonna say. Oh, I think it was Bernie Sanders. He brought up a very good point, where it's like, he wants to propose a bill, I think, where we actually get money back from the corporations that are like making AI. Like, we are entitled to money from the profits of these AI companies because it was built on the collective human knowledge and all of our content. Like, without us, AI would have gotten nowhere. So we are entitled to that money, I suppose. Because it's our stuff! It's our content! It is our human intelligence. And it's our collective intelligence and creativity that even made AI come this far. Feather Serpent Temple, okay, Serpent Temple, we got some Serpent Temple. Okay, most of you guys are saying Feather Serpent Temple. Yay, good job. Yes, that's true. It is the Feather Serpent Temple that was desecrated. Poor thing! My man, why did they disrespect my man like that? Rihita Rose, it looks like you were the first person to guess Serpent Temple. Congratulations! Congratulations! You get a point. Yeah, I cannot replace humans, but help better what could be lost. Yeah. I remember I stumbled upon a paper that used AI to analyze the Mystic codices. And I thought that was a pretty interesting way to use it, because the AI would just analyze the glyphs and make it easier for people to, or for researchers to make comparisons between all the different glyphs that are presented in the codices. So it's like, yeah, that's helping people with the busy work and allowing people to progress into the deciphering of the pre-Hispanic codices. For a moment, it was Fire Serpent Temple. No! Not the shoe god. To be honest, the harmful side of AI is generative AI and LLMs. They steal stuff and spread dangerous and misinformation, not to mention how incredibly badly it destroys the environment and uses too much energy. Yeah, I don't like the combination of like going towards the worst sources of energy and also using AI that uses a bunch of energy. It's like, what's going on here? This is like a recipe for disaster. It is great for collecting and analyzing data. It's when they weaponize and misuse that data that's the issue. Exactly. We need more legislation on AI. Okay. This is our last question, chat. This is our last question. Let's see here. Last question. What is the suggested name of Teotihuacan? So we know right now we know that Teotihuacan is named Teotihuacan. But what is the suggested name based on the Mayan deciphering of its glyph? What is the suggested name of Teotihuacan? Oh my goodness! Atrimotum, place of reeds. Hey! Tola. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Pudge, place of reeds. Christopher Reed. There's this one song that's like 1 to the 2 to the 1 to the 3. I got some na 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 na. I forgot the name of the song, but for some reason my ears always hear Coconut Reeves. Tula Tolan, Land of Reeds. I was gonna say Beijing. Hello. Alright, that goes to Atrimotum. Atrimotum, congratulations. You got the correct answer. It is indeed the place of reeds. Yay! Place of reeds. AKA Tolan. If you also guess Tolan, you are right. Puj. Is Puj the Mayan? The Mayan name? Corn. Tolan might have inspired Tulum. Oh. Oh. You're posted in the raw. Yeah, that one! That one. I'm hard of hearing, so sorry for that mix-up. Place of Reeds is definitely better than Wait. Wait. The Place of Weeds. I actually really like that though. The place. I just imagine like a discount Teotihuacan where it's like, oh yeah, like I went to the place of weeds. The what? I don't know why you guys hype up the place of weeds so much. Like I went there and it was kind of mid. I was like, wait, where'd you go? The place of weeds. No, bro, it's the place of reeds. The place of reeds. Not the place of weeds. Discount Teotihuacan, place of weeds. Hi, Exiled Prince. Place of weeds sounds like another name for Zacatecas. Oh yeah, Zacatecas, where there's just a bunch of grass. A bunch of grass. They're writing that high. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's go to the place of weeds. The home of the discoteca people. Oh my gosh, that is my tribe. That's my tribe chat. Discoteca. The discoteca people from the place of weeds. Zacatecas blaze of Zacate. Dude, there's this person that followed me on TikTok and their name is Zacate Seco. And they're like my favorite follower on TikTok specifically. I even took a screenshot of their username. And I also like that their profile picture is literally Zacate Seco. We're starting a new tribe, y'all. Yeah. I come from the discotecas. And yeah, our Altepe is known as the place of weeds. LA is nice at this time right now, I'm not gonna lie. I was a YouTube channel called Betsy Lee and they made a video called Game of Huitlanacue. I don't know how accurate that video is, but it was interesting to look into. Oh, interesting. Lomao Zacate, place of weaves where discoteca tribe dance. Oh my goodness. Place of weeds. But over time, so you know how Teotihuacan got a different name? Like after like hundreds of years. So like maybe originally my hometown was known as Place of Weeds, but then like the Nawa people or like other travelers gave it another name. They kind of gave it a different name, which is Place of Weebs. So in modern days, my hometown is known as the Place of Weebs. It was originally known as the Place of Weeds, and we are the discotecas. Lamel. Oh, I thrive in the Place of Weeds. Dude, we need a glyph now. We need a glyph for our place, for our tribu. Let us roll up in the Place of Weaves. That actually, if I didn't have a name for my Discord yet, we call it the Cosmic Cult. I definitely name it the Place of Weaves. Disco in the sky with our weeds. Place of Weaves is in Akihabara. No, not Akihabara. They took our groove. They took our aesthetic. How dare it? No, but we were here first. Los discotecas eternos rivales de los nalgatecas. No, not the nalgatecas. Bro, they invaded us so many times. I'm so annoyed with the nalgatecas. What? That I did not make, and I'm gonna why my phone does that? My god, sacrifice is smoked. Hell yeah. Yeah, we were just in it for the vibes. And since we're the Place of Weebs, our gods are just like the hot anime. They are the hot anime. Oh wait, that is not hot anime. That is a cute little girl. But let me show you our hot anime gods. We got Dachi. We got Yuri, aka Nana Yeku. Those are our gods here in the Place of Weebs. Leaf Village, nah. Weed Village, yes. Place of Weebs, Geeks, Weeaboos, where the discoteca people eat grass, dance, and talk Yu-Gi-Oh! I love that! I love this place! The discoteca are partying all night. I'm sorry my phone said that I did not make that channel. Oh, interesting! Okay, I was like, that's an interesting channel. Also, I did not make that channel. No worries. Yeah, maybe their phone is glitching out. Oh no. Nalgatlan sounds like a nice place, I'm not gonna lie. Bro! Nalgatlan, that's the place that our man Wemak was looking for. You guys remember Wemak? He was like this Toltec ruler. And he wanted to find the lady that had the biggest ass in all the land. And if he did not obtain the lady with the biggest ass, then he was not gonna be happy. So little did he know, he could have just gone to Nalgatan, bro. Nalgatan, which is right next to Place of Weebs. Oh gee, yes. The Buddha bitches fought the Aztec war, big salt, big deal. That is a big deal. I agree. Like, can you imagine eating your pozole without salt? It's crazy. I get it. Sign me up for the Place of Weaves. No, don't be sexy. I have to sleep. I give a misinformation by accident, Emperor. No worries. Nalgas is Spanishing butts. Hell yeah. Wait, village. So sorry. As one does. He was so real for that. Our fan name is Discotecas. Hell yeah, Nalgatan. Buenas noches. Hi, Mayatner. Mayatner? No, but I heard an Aztec gay god. Oh, you mean Xochipilli? You know, there is, there's a little bit of, not debate, but a little bit of nuance with that. Don't think he was necessarily the god of the gays. It's complicated. It is complicated. But I also do think it's beautiful that the modern LGBT community has kind of adopted Xochipilli. So it's like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, good for them. We should adopt more gods in our modern culture. More pre-Hispanic gods, please. They deserve more love, more attention. It sounded gay to the Spanish, so they thought it was a gay god. Xochipilli, Flower Prince. Yeah. A lot of people see a lot of videos be like, yeah, like Xochipilli is the god of the gays. Which is, I wouldn't say complete misinformation, but it is very skewed. It is very skewed. I think one needs to look a little deeper as to Xochipilli's associations. But like I said, I think it's still beautiful that Xochipilli as a god has been kind of adopted by the gays. So, hell yeah. Hell yeah. He is honorary gay. I thought the Aztecs were low-key homophobic, but only to the submissives. It's another thing. It's another thing where it's not super clear if they truly were super homophobic. Because the codices that depict such punishments, they were written after after the arrival of the Spanish, and they were also written with a lot of scrutiny from the friars, from the Spanish that were commissioning such works. So yeah, there was a lot of I guess motive, and there was there was motivation for the Mexicas to be like, oh yeah, definitely, you guys don't like the gays. Yeah, we don't like the gays either. We would punish them very badly because yeah, like we're totally not so different than you guys, so please don't punish us anymore. Yeah. A lot of Native American tribes recognize the concept of two-spirited individuals. That's beautiful. I actually haven't delved too deep into that research. I would like to do a video on it in the future though. I gotta leave. Bye, child. Okay, thank you for stopping by, Eddies. Thank you. Take care. As far as I know, a lot of pre-Hispanic gods can be best described as complicated. For me, I think the god that gives more of the gay vibes is actually Tezcatlipoca. It's actually Tezcatlipoca. To the point that even the indigenous people, the Mesoamericans, when they would get pissed off at Tezcatlipoca, they would just call him I guess a derogatory word for gay. They would just call him that. And then depending on certain interpretations, when Tezcatlipoca is playing his flute, I mean, it could also be a, what is it? A symbol for something else. A lot of our primary sources have dubious motivation. Yeah, that's why it's a very complicated history to study, because it's like not only do you have to find sources, you have to question the sources, because the sources do be kind of sus too. You gotta look deeper into what was the motivation for the author to write this source. What was the context? What was going on during that time that could have influenced the author to write what they wrote? Roll, not the symbol. Look at all the gods are gay, twinks, and gender fluid. I do like that in Mesoamerican mythology, there tends to be they tend to come in pairs. So like Mictlantecutli and Mictlantecihuat. They tend to come in like a pair. Same thing with Tlaloc and Chalchiutlicue. They tend to come in a pair. I like that a lot. One thing I really appreciate about Quetzalcoatl is that apparently he did not like human sacrifices. Oh, that is actually, that's another thing that is not quite. You gotta look a little deeper into that source, because yeah, Quetzalcoatl, he did have human sacrifices dedicated to him. That was just what people would do for Quetzalcoatl. when people say, oh yeah, Quetzalcoatl didn't like human sacrifices, they're actually talking about Topiltzin Quetzalcoatl. And Topiltzin Quetzalcoatl is different from God Quetzalcoatl. I actually made a lesson on that a while back. Maybe that could be our next lesson, where I talk about the history of Quetzalcoatl and also the difference between Topiltzin Quetzalcoatl and God Quetzalcoatl. The differences are very interesting, chat. And when you kind of look at the differences, you're like, hey, yo, hold up. What's going on here? What were the Spanish up to? Why were they trying to whitewash our Quetzalcoatl? Playing this. He is also the father of magic. That was very gay. I might need to head to bed too, but just in case I did not make that channel, I still feel bad for my phone mistake. I wish I didn't do it. Okay, good night. I do recommend to want that video. No worries, not box. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Good night. I'm also getting pretty hungry, so we might end stream in a little bit. But let me just finish up these chat messages. I think twink is derogatory, especially the AI around it. Hey, really? I love the word twink. I think it's cute. It reminds me of like a twinkle twinkle little star. I heard the gods were just anthropomorphized, so their sexuality and form mattered not. They were just energies given form, unlike Zeus. Stop sticking your dick in whatever that is. Maybe at the beginning they were a little bit like energy driven, but later on they definitely have this sort of like human form. We actually see it with Quetzalcoatl, where Quetzalcoatl was more of like a creature. As we see in Teotihuacan, the only depictions of Quetzalcoatl are him as a feathered serpent. But later on, in the post-classic era, we start seeing Quetzalcoatl with a human form. Were there any gods depicted as being anti-human sacrificing? Not really, because human sacrifice wasn't really seen as a bad thing. It was a very sacred, necessary aspect of the world. You know how like death is just a natural thing in the world? That's kind of how human sacrifice was as well. It was just like it wasn't something seen as like completely evil. It was very sacred. In fact, the sacrificial victims, they were treated with a lot of respect, both before they were to be sacrificed and even after. Even after, they were given like very special burial, not ceremonies, but very special burial like boxes. And yeah, they were treated very well. But human sacrifice was just something that was necessary. Like, in order for the universe to continue on, like, humans just had to shed blood. Didn't they sacrifice twins to specific gods? Yes, each god had their kind of like preference for a certain kind of sacrifice. So like with Tlaloc, they would sacrifice children. I think for some of the corn gods, they would sacrifice women. With the Tezcatlipoca, it had to be a very handsome young man specifically, as a sacrifice. With Quetzalcoatl, I forgot what he wanted specifically. I think it involved kids as well. Yeah, every god had their like preference for sacrificial victims. Who's writing? When are they writing? Where are they writing? Why are they writing? So many factors into digging into historical sources. Such a pain, but so necessary. Yes, those are the questions you gotta ask yourself, especially in Mesoamerican sources. It's like, okay, why did they write this? I sometimes forget that the Aztec gods were sometimes embodied by people like Topiltzin. Yeah, it's so interesting. I love Topiltzin. Oh, that's nice. My request for the next lesson is a review of Nawa Brain. So like my own art, bro. Topiltzin Quetzalcoatl, the self-sacrificing one. Yes, also it's interesting because this whole idea of Topiltzin Quetzalcoatl being like a priest who like was got bullied by Tezcatlipoca, and like he was just so kind and like a very holy man. That also is kind of sus, chat. There's a high probability that Topitzi-Quetzalcoatl was like a crazy man, just like Itzcoa, just like Jaguar Claw. Topitzi-Quetzalcoatl was most likely a very prominent conqueror as well, and nothing like a holy cute priest. It's very likely he was a very powerful ruler and conqueror. So yeah, it's very interesting. There are many stories that identify Topitzi-Quetzalcoatl as Quetzalcoatl. I don't know where they come from originally though. There's a really good book. We might actually do that for a stream. Because I remember I would read that book for you guys back in the day. But it's called Topitzi-Quetzalcoatl, the once and future Lord of the Toltec. It recounts all the different stories about Topiltzin-Quetzalcoatl, and it's very interesting to see how they change over time. So the earlier the source, the more basic Topiltzin-Quetzalcoatl is. The later on, especially when the Spanish arrive, that's when you start seeing these things like, oh yeah, like Topiltzin was white, and he said one day he would return, like the Lord Jesus Christ. That's when you start seeing this sort of mixture, and it gets very sus. By the way, thanks to epic classic writing, we know that actually a lot of people were named Quetzalcoatl Feather Serpent. I wouldn't say it was just as common as being named John, but it definitely was something that happened many times. Yes, that's actually what makes it very confusing too. I think Quetzalcoatl was also kind of like a label. Like if you were a high priest, you were just known as the Quetzalcoatl. Twink isn't derogatory here in America anymore. Not sure about elsewhere. I love the word twink. It's cute. Baka, a monster like me. Yeah, it was seen as an honor. IDK if there were citizens starting to resent it, question it years later or prior to the invasion. Here's the thing though, everyone did it. Everyone conducted human sacrifice. So there's this misconception that like, yeah, everyone hated the Aztec because they would sacrifice people. Oh, like how dare they sacrifice people? But everyone did sacrifices. So for them, it was just like, man, we kind of just like, we kind of don't want to pay taxes anymore to the Aztec. That's really what it was. They didn't want to be paying a portion of their profits every year to the Aztec. Because then, you know, the Aztec, they were so rich and they had like all these goods because they were offered a best tribute. But everyone did human sacrifice. It was just a thing. It was just in vogue. If you didn't sacrifice enough people, the stars would rain down upon us and create mischief, according to legend. Yes, pretty much. Necessary aspect of the universe is a great way to describe how human sacrifice was seen. Yeah, it was just a necessity. It wasn't driven by like intense hatred or anything. Maybe when you look at very specific cases it was, because like I can count like some cases where it's like, yeah, and this guy defeated this other king and sacrificed them. But in general, everyone did it, and it was seen as sacred. There was no such thing as human sacrifice anywhere in Anahuac. Like Chaya said, everything has to be questioned. I have heard that before. I think there's ample evidence that human sacrifice did happen. There's a lot of evidence, especially like with the cenotes, how there was a lot of human remains at the bottom of the cenotes. So there's definitely a lot of evidence. It definitely did exist. I don't think that it existed in a way that most people imagine it as, Because I think a lot of people, when they imagine the human sacrifices, they kind of think of Apocalypto, where they'll be like, ah, yeah, like human sacrifice, yeah, let's do that. Like, where they were so happy and like kind of crazy, wanting to see people die. And they imagine like, ooh, it was so like spooky, and there were a bunch of slaves that they were just so happy to sacrifice them. Instead it was something very almost, what's the word, it was like very somber, sacred, like almost like a quiet ceremony where people just watched in like respect, and also like I think somber is the best word to describe it. In the Popova, the gods do wonder who is going to feed us. I do remember about hearing about that. If they had to go, I imagine that must have been one of the better ways to go. Yeah, drowning for some of them. Okay, I'm gonna skim chat for a little bit. Were Aztec kings, and by extension Mesoamerican rulers as a whole, required to be high priest kings besides fulfilling their role as warlords? Or was that optional? They had to play an important role in the religious ceremonies, but they had a high priest that would guide them in religious rites. But they still had to perform a role in them. And of course they had to be educated in religion as well. So, yeah. But they had hope. I mean, no one wants their people sacrificed. That's what enemies are for, no? Yeah, exactly. Truth be told, ever Dakalel, as society ramped up human sacrifices to the point of creating an eternal state of flower wars. Yes, Lakalel and his shenanigans. Yeah, that's where you also have to look at the nuance. Because it's like, yes, sacrifices were seen as sacred, and everyone did them. But some people, they kind of used it for their advantage, their own advantage. And we see that with the Mexica. They were like, okay, like, what if we take this concept, which everyone does, and it's very sacred, and what if we, like, kind of, you know, bring it up a notch and use it for our own gain as well? So, I don't know why. The only thing I could think of is, like, kind of, like, not capitalism, but you know how when there's something good, but then, like, people take that good thing or that neutral thing and like use it for their as a means to exploit others. That's kind of how the Mexica were going, the kind of path the Mexica were going down. Although exploit is a harsh word, I don't think they would, like, you know, full on exploit. It's just that they were like, you know what, we're gonna set up these systems, and we're gonna get that tribute. So we're gonna bully, we're gonna attack all these other pueblitos, and they gotta pay taxes. I think in medieval Europe, some public executions were seen somber depending on the victim. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like people tend to look at the human sacrifices and are like, oh my gosh, they were crazy, and they were like, you know, just cheering on people dying, how cruel. But then I think about the witch trials and how people were so happy to kill those poor women. I love corruptive exploitation. I'm gonna sacrifice my Carl's Jr. Western Bacon Cheeseburger. Bro, you're making me hungry. I want some. Sacrifice it to me, okay? What about European pagan sacrifices, Chaya? Oh yeah. I don't know too much about them. I just know that they exist. I mean, I think human sacrifice was just a thing everywhere in the world. I got you, queen. Yay! Yay! Oh, thank you, Neil. Oh, delicioso. Meshika be like, your sacrifices are suboptimal. It was a lot more common in a bunch of cultures, and it stopped a lot later than people thought. Oh yeah, the Salem witch trials have been depicted as mobs that would cheer and chant over burning innocent women. Yeah, that's so sad. See, like that's a lot worse. That's a lot worse than the sacred nature of the human sacrifices. I will sacrifice 3 humans to summon my blue eyes white dragon on attack position. Not to mention the fact that honor killings and dowry deaths are still a huge issue in the world today. What? No, that's literally Yu-Gi-Oh! Lol. I don't care if those are historically accurate. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Gotta love it. Okay, chat. Miren, ya tengo mucha hambre. Chat, I'm getting hungry. So, I think we're gonna wrap up stream. We're gonna wrap up stream for the night. Hola, Chay, I made it to Oaxaca. Flight was a bit rough. You're Oaxaca? Lucky! I want to go to Oaxaca. Que la pases muy bien, God. Hope you have a great time. Went to Monte Alban. Are you familiar with that site? I am familiar with the site. I haven't visited it personally, but I know about it. Human sacrifice is a bit less weird if you consider a lot of cultures have just straight up killed groups. Yeah. I sacrificed my soul for a Klondike bar. Time to sacrifice Western bacon cheeseburger! Yes. Well, chat, I hope you guys have a lot of fun sacrificing your cheeseburgers and your Klondike bars. Make sure to leave some sacrifices for me. Please, please. But I think it's time for me to go eat because I'm hungry. And as I mentioned before, I won't be able to stream for the remainder of June. I know, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm gonna miss you guys. But I'm gonna continue posting on my socials. I'm always working on doodles, so you guys know I will be continue drawing. I also aim to open a Patreon by the end of June. So if you guys want to see extra doodles and extra history notes, that'll be a place to find them. And then one last thing. Wait, I'm forgetting something. If you haven't joined the Discord, make sure to join it. If I have time, I'd like to do a movie night with you guys. I'd love to watch Frankelda with you all. I think that'd be a fun movie for us to watch. There's a research about the Inali project sometimes. Oh, cool! Languages in Mexico. I love to read that. I'm gonna sacrifice my banana peel to the rubbish bin. Oh boy! But yeah, let's see if there's someone to raid. Let's see here. YouTube people. I think we'll end the stream here for the YouTube people. And then for Twitch chat, you guys can join in on the raid. I'm gonna see who we can raid. Who's like the last person we raided? I forgot. Was it Shochi? I feel like we haven't raided John in a while. So I would like to say hello to John. There's also Mediocore, who I collabed with recently. Ready to take prisoners? Hell yeah! Okay, YouTube, hasta luego. Hasta luego, nos vemos. Nos vemos. The video, the Teotihuacan video, will be up this weekend. And then I have another video coming up at the end of June. So, look forward to it. Okay? Hasta luego, YouTube. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, YouTube.